Hey guys, so we've got a really short video this week. We've just got three people to talk about, and so I don't want to make you watch a really long video anyway, but I thought it's better to, give you feedback at this stage of the game, even though a lot of people won't be turning in until the 4th. So I don't want you to stress over Thanksgiving and have all these things to do. I just wanted you to, look ahead and purchase the items that you needed. So here's Angela. Angela's got her photos printed, and she got the epic photo there. Let's see. Let's look at what she said. She went through Nations Photo Lab, so I understand totally that, once you find a service that you really like, you don't want to just, you don't want to walk away from it because, oh, it can go so bad. And I'm so happy that you love, that your photos look absolutely stunning. That's exciting. And then the CVS print, this is what I'm talking about by a lower end. So you said that the colors are really bright, but the machine probably needed to be calibrated. So that's so smart, to know those terms. Just learning about printing is a huge deal. And I notice as well that there's kind of some strange things going on here. So there is some areas of clarity, but it's nothing like the digital image. And yeah, I see. I don't know. It's not terrible, but it's not as good as the digital image, and so that can be a real pain for photographers trying to print. I know I spent like 6 months, of in-depth research with it, and it was such a hit and miss. So I really thought that it was important that you guys look into printing. Oh, and then this one. Oh, you wanted to post it by itself. Okay. So this is your high end, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's perfect. It's just as good as the digital image. So, and that can be so difficult to achieve. And I love it. I would totally frame this. And I bet you will, as you should. And then this one, you gave us a closer look at it, and it's just, the clarity's not there. So hold on a second. I want to compare it to the digital image. Okay, so here we have a side-by-side comparison with this being, sorry, they were screenshots, so they've got, the little crosshairs on them. But this is the original, and then this one is the print. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Yeah, super loss of clarity. The colors are crazy. Yeah, there's really no comparison. So I just kind of wanted to point that out. Oh my goodness. So I mean, it's fine for some things, but if you're printing your art, yeah, no, it's not good. Okay, but we did have a gorgeous warm color on this image, and the other one just not as good. Okay, well, you really demonstrated my point very well, Angela. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead on to Kira. And Kira's got a Walmart 5x7 mat, and and she noticed a lot of things. The extra space on photos, I like that Walmart does that, because then I can trim it, and then, you know, they're not cropping it by making it fill the frame, you know, whatever frame size you have. Like, say if I want a 16 by 20, but I have like a 5 by 7 aspect ratio, it's not going to work out. And usually what I do is I go into Photoshop and I resize the image before I turn it into Walmart, and that seems to work out pretty well. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I intentionally leave the white space. So I guess I should show you that, huh? Okay. No, it's not going to work out during the video. But what I just did was, what I just do is I go into Photoshop, and instead of File Open, I do File New, and then, you know, whatever the size of the image you want to print, make the new file that size. And then you'll notice that there is in Photoshop, hold on. I think I just closed it. Of course I did. So we'll see if it's going to allow me to do anything within the video. If it doesn't, then, you know, I'll just start a new one. Okay, so File, New instead of File Open. And then say you want your final print to be full resolution, which would be 300. And say you want it to be, say, 20 by 16, you know, you want a good size photo. So then you create this file, and there's the file. And then you open up the images that you want, or image that, let's see, what could I open? I've got a lot of PSDs open recently, so let me just look on my desktop. Okay, so this is my brother. I'm working on a project. Let's just use Angela's photo. Okay, so now I've got that screenshot. I'm going to go up to the Move tool and click on that. And so I can just move it straight over. And so then you go up to Window and Arrange, and then Tile all vertically. Okay, so now I can take this image and I can drag it over to the new file. And oh my goodness, wow. I think I'm just gonna stop that right straight away and see what I can do to fix this. Okay. Undo, move, okay. That's what I need. And I've got my clippy light here, so it's blocking. Let's just look at our history. There we have the original. And then what we want to do with this is go to Image, Image Size, and make it kind of match the closest we can to the new file. So then I don't know what will happen there. Oh, that's pretty close. So 14, almost 15 inches by 20, and then we have no cropping. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so now we have a much larger image. And when I go to drag this, it's going to fit much better. So now I can close this. Not going to save it, but you can also, if you've got several files open and you're like trying to combine images, you can go to Window, Arrange, and then Consolidate all to tabs. So that means that you don't have multiple files open at the same time. They're just like little tabs, like this is a little tab. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of my history there, and I want to move this layer and try and fit it to the size that I want. And so there we have exactly what I was saying. So it's got you know, the little white space there outside of the size of the print, but there will be no cropping, and so you can just trim it to fit. That said, I kind of get around having different sizes of images by the matting work that I do, you know, the mat and the framing. So yeah, I mean, talking about student work, I trim it, and then I give it, you know, a nice beautiful black background behind it, or, you know, lots of times I'll choose a color and just attach it to the top with, you know, tape on the back, or I mean, sometimes I even staple it, but this is like low-end low-end student work. If it were me, I would print it this way, and then I would trim it. And then, you know, you can put it, you can have your company, your high-end company, trim it and seal it to a piece of foam core or whatever you're thinking you want to do to make it fit the frame that you have. So anyway, I know that that was complicated, but just a little bit of help for when you're printing. Okay, so let's see, we're going to look at Kira's images. Let's go to your folder, Kira. Here we go. So here's Butter. And, you know, very nicely she's taken a picture of both of them side by side. So that's another way that you can do it, of course. And right off the bat, we can kind of see the difference between color. So, you know, there's kind of a slight dullness in the color of the eyes, especially with Butter. Everything else looks pretty good. So it's not a bad choice. It's not a bad choice, but there's smart things you can do about it. So lovely. This is the one I would frame, of course. And then let's see, Buddy. So Buddy, I mean, there's very little difference, isn't there? Very little. So got nice clarity through both. We don't have any colors that are jarring or odd. I think they both look really good. So yeah, and I'm thinking that you did the 6x9 Giclée print, and you can tell the feeling. And you even talk about the packaging. So, and I agree with your final statement there, as I said in my post. Okay, so I think we've all learned a little bit there. And let's see, we've just got Jess submitted to Unit 12, she's been having some difficulties recently, and I hope you don't mind my sharing that, Jess. But I think that what you've submitted here would work a lot better for Unit 11 because there's much less, much fewer things due. So I sent you a little bit of a, copy of my rubric that I use, my generic rubric, but I always update it a little bit for each assignment. And even though your images are beautiful, I mean, let's look at them. Your sunsets, I mean, we have seen many of these before, I believe. I mean, I recognize this one for sure. And I recognize this one. I recognize this one. And I think that these two were probably shot on the same day. Yeah, I don't know. I think those both accompanied this one in that assignment. But I do think that they're lovely. But if I were you, I would just definitely turn them in for Unit 11 because there's way fewer things to accomplish in that one. So you do need 10 images for Unit. Let me just check that. Unit 11. I hope you all just grab onto this little slider thing when you're going through our massive amount of work that we've done. So yeah, you just need your top 10 best on a contact sheet or as singles, and then your 2 to 5 favorite images of your work in progress. So I mean, this part you would have completed. We just need 4 more images on your contact sheet to succeed in this part. And yeah, and don't forget to respond to your classmates. Okay, everybody, that was fun, and I'm glad that you presented some good examples for us to complete our work. That's 2 for Unit 13. And notice I'm not wearing any glasses. I got the surgery, you know, on my left eye, and I can see really well. I mean, it's far from perfect, but it's good enough that I don't need to wear glasses anymore. So I'm so excited. Couple weeks I'll get the other eye done. But everyone have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and don't be shy about turning anything in over the break if you get a chance. And I will talk to y'all soon.